Record to the
How do I
icon.
get my face off the screen? How do I shut off the camera so I'm not on the screen?
How do I know
Everybody
that we
will
are?
be on the screen.
Does anybody know if it's green in the bottom, does that mean it's recording to the cloud?
Just
Recording to the cloud. I got it. Whew. Okay. But
that
ignore
means we can
that.
see this again.
What was that?
That means we can see all of this again.
You can see all my nonsense.
Well, no, because we're just recording now.
We're
so.
just recording now, yes.
All right.
So thank you all for your patience. I'll try to catch up on some of the time that we have going here. And now I'm really sweating and I'm trying to avoid chugging this little glass of wine. Okay? But, all right, we're gonna do that. All right, well, welcome guys to 6 Weeks to Success. I'm so excited that you all agreed to take this commitment to your business. If you've watched any of the videos or listened to any of, or read any of the posts that I've had in the group for the past, couple of days or so, you'll understand my excitement on this. And I had the pleasure of meeting with Carol and Karen, over the weekend to kind of share a lot of my kind of like experience with it. I mean, although I haven't run the program with my team before, I know a number of directors who have. This actually was developed by someone who is doing very well with their business, Jennifer Courtney. I don't know if you guys have seen her in any of the other groups or anything, but I met her at a retreat this past spring, and she really inspired me to get this into motion. I kind of did think that I would like to push it off to doing it around this time. I think that June, July, and August, a lot of us do tend to slow down in our business, whether it's intentional or unintentional or whatever, okay? And this way, if it keeps you focused for 6 weeks, it'll set you up for the fall, okay? Which any of you who have been in the business for more than a year know that that's the gold spot. That's when you really need to make sure that you have your contacts out there, make sure you have your ducks in a row, and etc. Because it is the largest selling season for Pampered Chef. And what you do now affects your business 90 days from now. So here you are. Congratulations to you for setting yourselves up for what you want to do. All right. This is going to be, the class is designed, all right, to help you start maximizing your potential and to start filling up your calendar with bookings, your pocketbook with paychecks, and your product knowledge to peak performance. So is everybody ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right. The first thing that we want to talk about is the belief triangle. And I have to be honest with you, this wasn't something that I really understood or really took to heart for a long time. I'd heard leaders talk about it. I saw it at different conferences, heard about it a lot, all right? But I don't know what it was that finally snapped and clicked in me, but holy crow, it is completely true, all right? And for those of you who haven't seen it before, it's basically, whatever your belief is, all right, that determines whatever the desire is going to be, and therefore that turns into the action that you're going to do, all right? Whatever that action is in exchange then turns to what result you get. And that result basically reinforces the belief, all right? So I wanna go through a quick example of that with you, all right? So say you're getting ready to make booking calls and you just grab the phone, you find the first number to make your call, you don't know what you're gonna say, you don't know what the special is, so your brain is telling you, why am I making this call? I don't know why I'm making this call. She's not going to answer. And even if she does, I'm not going to know what to say. And even if I do find something to say, she's probably going to say no. She's probably busy with her kids, blah, blah, blah. All right. So that inner voice, that inner person starts telling you a story. All right. That's not true. And it's telling you why this is not going to go well. So you believe, oh, she's not gonna book. So you probably sound something like this. Hey, Jane, I know you're super busy and probably can't, but I'm trying to book some shows for whatever month it is. I know you're probably gonna say no, but do you think maybe you could do me a favor and do a party? All right. So think about that. All right. Even though that's a big exaggeration, and I'm sure none of you would get on the phone saying exactly that. All right. But that's how easily, like your belief in this is a bad time of year to have parties, it's a bad time of year to be in business, I can't get a booking to save my life. That's how easy, all right, that inner conversation comes when you're believing things like that, all right? So if you don't believe that our products are so amazing that everyone would drop something to have a party, chances are no one is going to believe that either. All right. If you don't believe that your shows are so much fun that they'd be crazy not to have it, then guess what? That's exactly what's going to happen. All right. If you don't believe that that doing this business, all right, can change their lives, that is going to be your reality. All right. So you've got to really look at those beliefs. And I hope that you'll take a couple of minutes after the call to really kind of go through that. If you were to envision your phone like this, okay, if that phone turned into $100 bills, how many of you would pick it up all the time?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
You'd be crazy not to, all right? But let's face it, it is the source to that money. All right, it's not, you know, it's the answer to an empty calendar. It's the answer to no members on your team. It's the answer to the empty bank account. It is the answer to all of it. All right, so, you know, I hate saying this, but, you know, it's one of those, you know, suck it up buttercup type things. All right, you just got to understand that making those phone calls is needed. However, if you get on the phone with that attitude that we just talked about, you might as well waste your time, you know, sitting, and I can say watching the Housewives, although at 9 o'clock I will be watching my Housewives. Because Orange County's back on, guys. Sorry. Love them. So,
Well, at least we know the call will end on time, Christine.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, and this screen didn't save correctly. Sorry about that. All right. But, oh, and now that I fast forwarded through it. But all right, so let's talk about it like this. I want you to write down on a sheet of paper, a notebook, whatever it is that you have there. And I want you to write down these questions. All right, do I believe in? And then the first one is our product. The second one is the host opportunity. The third is the business opportunity. And then it's the company and then myself. So I'm going to give you a minute to write those down. What's the matter? Oh. All right.
Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, it's adorable. Adorable. Phoebe's not impressed, though.
All right. So, you know, let's talk a little bit about these. All right. Let's talk about, you know, your belief in yourself for a minute. All right. Do you really believe and see yourself as a driving force, you know, in your business, in your family, excuse me, in the lives of others? Do you see yourself as someone who can get it done? Do you see yourself who is strong and confident? Or do you see yourself in a negative way? All right. And it's very easy to see yourself in those negative ways. Trust me, been there, done that. All right. But you have to put those things aside and find something to help you get over that. All right. I'm taking another class with Dana Wild, who is a trainer, primarily in Train Your Brain is what she's known for. And she had me for the past weekend. I had to use this sentence as many times a day as I could. And it was, ever since I, ... I have been ... So ever since I have been sticking to a schedule, I have been feeling better about myself. Ever since I have been making customer care calls, I have been adding dollars to my pocket. Just silly things like that. And so it's amazing that after only doing that for the weekend, how like today I sat down and I had a survey slip of someone I needed to call. And I was like, oh, I can't call her. She hasn't answered once yet, and I've called her 3 times, and I'm just not going to waste my time. And then I was like, oh, no. Ever since I know what to say, I can make this call and it'll be fine. And so I did. I left a message again, but still, it was one of those things that I was going to put aside. So you really do need to have that talk with yourself and get to a spot so that you are comfortable and not putting yourself down. All right. Do I think positively? Do I see myself as successful? One of the things that's really important in seeing yourself as successful is you cannot be comparing yourself to other consultants. You can't be saying, well, Christine does or Carol does or Karen does. All right. Guess what? Although we all started with the same kit, all right, now there are 3 different options, but many years ago, we all started with the same kit. It's where you went from there. Everybody had the same opportunities. Everybody has the same chance to do something, all right? And if somebody is having success where you're not, all right, you really need to take a look and say, is it because of my belief triangle? Am I not believing that I can actually do it? So, definitely, make sure that you are looking at that, because that's really powerful. And it's kind of a tough thing to look at yourself, all right? And look at yourself that way, but you have to, all right? Do I see myself as a successful business owner? Because let's face it, guys, you're business owners, all right? How amazing is that? Some of you paid as little as, $59? And you own a business, all right? You are your home office. You are your boss. You decide when you work. You decide, what you're doing. Are you, the best CEO of your company that you can be, all right? Or are you really just one of those sluggy employees that isn't doing and then waiting for it all to come? All right. So, the hard questions, etc. But that belief is so important. So please, and if you're having trouble coming up with belief in yourself, reach out to your leaders. All right. We're here to help. Do you see yourself as a leader of a successful team? All right. Do you see yourself as a consistent, strong seller? Every one of us in this group has some type of strength in that area, because otherwise you guys wouldn't be on this call. All right. It wouldn't have been important enough for you to do it. So belief is extremely important. One of the things, before we get into the pillars of success, one of the things that I want to go back and just hit on quickly is, because one of the sections that you had to comment on was your belief in our product. All right. I need, you need to know, do you really believe that everybody needs a rock? Do you really believe that everybody needs a manual food processor? Do you really believe that we have the tools that can help get dinner on a table in 30 minutes or less? All right. If you don't, then that's a section we need to work on. Okay. That's something that and maybe it's because you don't have those products. Maybe it's because, you only see us, or see other people selling them on Facebook, etc. Maybe you don't actually have them. I encourage you, all right, borrow them, get them into your hands and start playing with them, because as soon as you start playing with those power tools, all right, it really will make a difference. We're going to talk about that also, but it actually, I'm going to do it now. I want you to think for 1 second, when you think of power tools, someone tell me what you think of. When you hear the word power tool, what do you think?
Screwdriver, power screwdriver.
A power screwdriver. Maybe something a little bit stronger than that.
Drill.
Thank you, a drill.
Jackhammer.
All right, jackhammer. Tell me, so the average person who has a drill, what do they spend on it? Anybody have a drill in their basement?
Probably about $100.
I was just going to say 100, yeah.
Okay. And most of you have one in your basement, you think?
Yeah.
My husband has many.
Okay, Tammy's saying no, but I see some other people saying yes. All right. How many times do you use that drill?
Hardly ever.
Okay, but it's a power tool, right? It's something that makes their making their dinners faster, right? Oh, I'm sorry, doing their job faster. Woo-hoo. All right, getting ahead of myself. So if you were to think about our tools in that same sense, all right, and one of the videos that I'm suggesting that you guys watch as homework goes into a perfect example of this, where she breaks down the cost of a drill that you use twice a year versus a rock crock that you will use for dinner every single night for an entire year. Okay, so start, but the net is you've got to make sure that you've got some of those power tools in your hand. I love that the new kits, they all include at least one of the power tools. If you were in the older program that didn't give you some of the more current power tools, then that's definitely something to think about and talk to your advisor about, or your director about, and get those in your hands. Host opportunity. All right. Do you honestly believe that we have the most generous host benefit package in the industry? Absolutely. Have you ever hosted with another company and realized how little they give? I have. Yeah. All right. And another thing that I've started doing is I'm also joining, as much as I hate it, but I'm joining as many of these different online parties. Scout, hello there. Joining as many of these online parties as I can, because I want to see what they're doing. I want to see what that consultant's doing. I want to see what those customers are doing. I want to see what they're all doing. All right. And what I'm seeing a lot of afterwards is hosts, when somebody, says, oh, how excited were you with what you got for free? And they're like, oh, it was nice. The discount was great, on and on. When I post that in my party, all right, I'm hearing, oh my word, you should see how much stuff I got for free. And so now I'm starting to collect those photos from hosts so that I can start posting those again, because I did that a long time ago and I need to get back to it. But you've got to take a look at the host program. There's so much to it. If you can't get yourself to talk about all of those or remember all of those, order the booking slide. I think it's $15 on your paperwork supply order form. Get that in your hands and start using it. All right. Our business opportunity. All right. Do you know that statistics show that the average family needs just $400 a month to avoid bankruptcy? All right. Just $400 a month. That's 3 parties. That's going out 3 nights. That is, less than a commitment to a book club, a bowling committee, on and on. All right. We can help keep these people out of poverty. We can help with short-term goals, like someone who needs to buy a lawnmower or needs to, buy a new refrigerator, on and on. And trust me, I've had people on my team over the past 21 years that they've just had that short-term goal. One of them, although it was a little bigger than most short-term goals, was to buy her husband a brand new motorcycle. All right. And she stayed on my team until she earned, I think she needed 10,000 and change to get it. And once she hit that, she did leave. All right. But still, she was able to pay for that motorcycle in cash and give it to her husband for his birthday. So some other people need it for, those little life semi-necessities, dance classes, baseball clubs, travel baseball teams. Trust me, they cost a small fortune. All right. So, we don't know who walked in worried at a party or came to a virtual party worried about how to afford those things. All right. So make sure that you've got your belief system really strong on the business opportunity as well. And the company as a whole, that's, one of the other points that was on there. Do you believe that Warren Buffett invests in only the best companies around? He only buys debt-free companies. He only picks up companies that are doing well. All right. He doesn't pick up struggling Sears, Kmart's, et cetera. No, he picks up companies and puts them in his portfolio that are successful and turns and invests more in them. One of the investments that he gave us was Tracy Britt Cole, who is our CEO. And she was in Forbes as one of the top 30 under 30 executives in the entire country. And Warren Buffett handpicked her and put her with us. So definitely something to look at. The other thing when you're talking about our company is customer service. I don't know if any of you have ever had to return something for another company. I made the mistake, and I don't mean to bash another company because I'm really not, but I bought a top from one of those legging companies. The top does not fit, even though I have that same cut of top in other colors, this particular one doesn't fit. Guess what? I can't get my money back. I'm forced to shop from her inventory and find something else. There really wasn't anything else that I wanted. All right. Are you aware that Pampered Chef doesn't do that? Are you aware and do you believe in the power of the fact that you can tell anyone that they can put something into their kitchen and they can try it up to a year? And up to a year, Pampered Chef will actually refund their money if they're not happy with that product. All right. In the first 30 days, Pampered Chef will actually send FedEx to come pick it up. They don't even have to leave their house to send it back. All right. If that doesn't build faith in a company, you know, I'm not sure what can. So make sure that you know the ins and outs of these things and that it fosters beliefs for you. All right. Walmart certainly isn't going to be doing that either. All right. All right. So that brings us to our pillars of success here. And we are going to be talking about these 4 main pillars. And what you might notice as you're looking at them, belief, passion, skill, and will, what are they holding up? Oh, there goes my mouse again. But what were they holding up?
The roof.
The roof, exactly. So what happens if one of those pillars is lacking?
It will collapse.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So you have to make sure that you have the strength in all 4 of those pillars. All right. So we went through, you know, today talking about the parts of the belief that you need. All right. Let's talk about how you can improve them. What do you think you can do to strengthen your belief in our company, in the company, in yourself, in our products, etc. All of those different categories that we spoke about in the beginning. What could you do?
Learn more about them.
Exactly. Increase product knowledge. That absolutely will help. What else?
I have to be stronger in calling people. I
Mhm.
said the belief in myself that I'll get them to do it.
Well, and that's a belief in yourself, Tammy. You know, that's a belief in yourself that if you make the effort, all right, you'll get the results.
Right.
Who else? What else?
Positive thinking.
Absolutely. That is one of the first ones that I came up with when I saw this slide. Absolutely. You know, taking that minute and doing that, you know, positive mantra or whatever. One of the other things, and I haven't been as consistent doing it just because of the injury that I had, but I had made a decision that this week I'm getting back on track and it felt really good to do today, is the Miracle Morning. I don't know how many of you have ever heard of Hal Ellard, but he wrote a book called The Miracle Morning, and he has it for it started just the plain Miracle Morning, but now he's got it, the Miracle Morning for direct sellers and the Miracle Morning for real estate agents and, you know, blah, 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 blah. He's got it all across the industries. But it's a fairly quick read. It's a great audio book to get. But he talks about the power of taking time in the morning, first thing in the morning, to spend time on yourself. All right. So that's one thing that I have really missed, and I'm glad that I'm back to doing it, because one of it does include, you know, some positive self-talk, and I need it. All right, I really do. Quite honestly, after falling like 3 times in a period of 2 months, all right, I'm only 51, okay? And I can't even tell you like the depression and the self-doubt and all the other stuff that came over from that. It felt so good to sit down and not allow any of that thought in my mind, okay, and to just sit and think positively. And then I just let loose in a journal and just let, you know, all kinds of thoughts flow. Haven't done that in forever either. So, you know, if that's something that might be an interest to you, to, you know, help with your belief system, strongly encourage the Miracle Morning. Has anyone done it? Has anyone read it?
No.
No, it's a great, great book.
Who was the author again, Christine?
It's Hal Elrod.
Really?
So,
Thank you.
so those are all great ways that you could do it. All right. I'm telling you, the more exposure that you get, especially in the product And then the product will also, having the self-confidence and the product knowledge confidence, that will bring up so much of the other things and bring you back around to the faith in the company and the faith in, you know, a lot of the other things. So, you know, you'll see that that's why one of your assignments is to watch some top sellers sell products and to get them into your own hands to use as well. All right. So part of your homework this week is going to be to believe again. All right. In order to do that, you're going to need to play with your tools again. I challenge each and every one of you to make dinner every night with your tools. Take pictures and videos, all right, of while you're doing that and post them in Facebook. Fall in love with the company again. All right. Remember what it felt like to get that kit and get all those products for the first time. And, you know, sometimes that's hard for people who have been around, you know, for a while, because it's been a while since we've opened new product boxes, right, Barb? So yeah, it's been a while. So, you know, do that. Watch demos on YouTube. You know, when you see in the, well, we don't do the newsletter anymore, but when you know, hear different people spoken about Sharon Zellen, Jill Lerner, Michael Yoakley, you know, those type of people, Google search them, all right, especially in YouTube, and watch things that they do. All right. The slide on here says, watch a strong seller do a show. I just figured that, you know, with the summer and everything, it might be easier to do the videos. So that's why you have those videos that are there. But if you, trust me, if you came and watched my show and then compared it to the videos of like my idols, you'll find out that there's nothing original that I said. Right? And that's okay. All right. So that's going to be part of your homework. All right. And I do have a phone call that I want you to listen to. All right. And then you'll schedule some time with your recruiter or your director to go over the call. And it's called Product Pros Have Bigger Shows. Let's face it, you know, if you've got more product knowledge, you are going to have a bigger show, because what Product Pros is going to tell you, and it's something that, you know, that I know that I have said, and I'm sure Carol and Karen have told you also, you know what, the mini serving spatula is going to sell itself. Okay, people are going to find that in the catalog, or their friend is going to tell them about it and they're going to buy it. All right, are they going to do the same thing for the veggie spiralizer? Probably not. Are they going to do the same thing for the cold brew coffee maker? Probably not. All right, you've got to learn about these products so that you can sell them effectively. Now, and I put this in one of the posts that you'll see. One of the caveats is some of these videos are older. All right, so like one of them, Stacy Itzel talks about ceramic cookware. All right, some of you don't even know what that is. All right, that's okay. Just ignore that section when she's talking about the great parts of ceramic cookware, because guess what? There really weren't very many. So, well, it's the truth, right? So actually they were very good for about a year. So anyway, but your director is not going to be able to schedule your time with you, all right, to go over things until you have done your homework. All right. So you're going to see a link go up very soon that has a link directly to your homework. All right. So you can go ahead and you can take a look at that and go through the different videos and etc. And we're going to ask you for your 5 takeaways. All right. From those. All right. Then we're also just going to ask you, you know, did you have shows this week? How many bookings did you get? How many leads did you get? Is there something you're struggling with? This is the fun part. What is the one brag you have this week? All right. And each week we'll have a new call. All right. Going over again, those pillars. So by the end of the 6 weeks, you're going to have an extremely strong foundation that is going to hold that roof up. All right. And propel you into the fall. Make sense?
Absolutely. And what I was going to say, Christine, is that those videos and things that from top sellers are they're really inspiring. There's nothing like watching those people in action.
Exactly.
And like you're saying, you know, I always take notes about certain things that they say that I really love, that I want to add to my show. And there are other things that I listen to and say I would never say that. So I think that's the beauty of that, is you can really customize your things, but get some great new ideas from them.
It definitely is, Carol, and I'm glad that you said that, you know, because as much as I adore all the people that are in the videos, and I'm lucky enough to know a good portion of them personally, I could never get away with saying what Michael Reeves says at a show. I mean, I just couldn't. All right. And those of you who have ever watched a Michael Reeves video know what I'm talking about. All right. It's just not like, you're not going to see me standing up there. And actually, I even put it in one of the posts, you know, shut the door and paint the barn red, you know, because that's one of his big, you know, catchphrases. But he still inspires me every single day. And actually, I think I wrote it in there, but you know, if you guys don't know, he was a top performer who was in a major car accident. I mean, like cut out of his car with the jaws of life, with more fractured bones and more injuries than you could even imagine. And within a month, he was doing shows in a wheelchair. All right, because his belief in this company and this opportunity is that strong. He is the sole provider to his wife and his disabled daughter. And so that wasn't going to hold him back. That wasn't going to keep him from doing anything. All right. Well, a week and a half ago, the poor guy is on his way to do 2 shows, and in the grocery store breaks into a seizure, falls down, hits his head, has to be taken out by ambulance, and spent, you know, another 3 days in the hospital. They're still trying to figure out what's going on with the seizures. His wife and daughter can't drive him. He's not allowed to drive anymore. And he's going on Facebook Live and talking about how he's looking for rides to get to his shows. So makes me feel a little bad that I'm not doing more with my back, but I am doing what I can. So, but all these people, I mean, and Michael Reeves made me use the silicone oven mitts, and actually Tennille too also talks about them, like things that I just never thought I liked, but I had, and then I watched them talk about it, and I'm like, damn, they're right. That really is kind of cool. So definitely, you know, take a look at them. We're only asking you to watch one of the videos in its entirety. All right. So I think the longest one is 42 minutes or so. If you have more time, watch more of them. But definitely watch at least a couple of minutes of each one. Even if you just fast forward like to the middle and you just watch like 5 minutes of the middle, watch and just see their styles. Because the other thing that is wild about the videos that are picked for this, they're all completely different. Right, Carol? I mean, like they're not the same style. They're not the same demeanor. It's wild. So definitely take a look at all of that. I'm so glad because we just finished at just 30 minutes, even though I'm a little late because of the recording issue. We are just at 30 minutes now. So does anybody have any questions?
So these videos are going to be attached to the link that you're sending us, or those are the ones on YouTube?
What I'm going to do is the video of this class right now, as soon as it's processed by Zoom, will be posted up in our group. So if somebody wanted to watch it again, somebody missed it and wanted to get on it, they'd have the opportunity to do so.
Okay.
The other thing that you're going to see, Casey, is a link to a Google Doc. All right, and in that Google Doc, it's going to have all of your homework. Okay. All right. Once you're finished with the homework, then you're going to submit that document, and your directors are all going to be able to see your responses, and they'll know, okay, and I'm sorry, are you under Karen or are you under Carol?
Karen.
Karen, okay, so Karen will know Casey's done with her homework. Okay. Somebody's washing dishes or something.
Shredding. Who's
What?
shredding?
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 I don't know. I was going to say plunging, but anyway, any other questions, guys?
Well, the only thing I want to say is with the posting of the videos, if anybody follows my page or me, I do post. In fact, today I posted the ice cream maker
Oh, good.
segment, so I
Good.
post nonstop.
I was watching a video. I don't know if you guys remember Lydia Martin. She was an executive with Pampered Chef for many years, and she left probably about, I don't know, 3 years ago, and she works now for Belinda Ellsworth, who's another direct sales speaker, phenomenal. And she did a video for Lydia's group called Step Into Success, all about Zoom. And, oh, I wish I had my notes in front of me, but it was something like 8% of people read what you post. 30-something% see when you post with a picture. And then it's like 60-something% see what you do with a video. All right, and Carol, I saw a video that Carol put on the Kilpatrick page. So I'm sorry, Rooney and Pantho and Easton and et cetera, you guys didn't see it. But Carol posted on there about how one of the videos that she posted with the new summer products, the ice cream maker, the et cetera, got viewed how many times, Carol? 500 and something times?
Yeah, over 500 times versus a regular post that I, maybe get, I don't know, 50, 75, maybe 100.
Exactly.
It definitely makes a difference.
Exactly. So I know that Leslie Trossett is going to be offering you guys a class in becoming more comfortable with the videos, going Facebook Live. I know that's something that I'm going to be doing because you guys have seen too many flubs from me in the recent past. But hey, at least I'm doing it. So what else? Anything? I want to respect that 30 minutes. So all good?
Thanks. It was good to see you.
Yes, you too.
Thank you guys for coming.
So much all for being on here. All right. Any questions? Keep commenting on the Facebook page. All right. Keep the discussion live, and I look forward to seeing you all next week.
Thanks, Christine.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
By the housewives.
Bye.